England's history spans thousands of years, beginning with ancient Celtic tribes and the Roman conquest in 43 AD, which brought roads and urban life. After the Romans withdrew, Anglo-Saxons and later Vikings shaped early English kingdoms. In 1066, the Norman conquest under William the Conqueror transformed governance and culture. The medieval period saw the signing of the Magna Carta, the Black Death, and the Wars of the Roses. The Tudor era brought religious upheaval under Henry VIII and a golden age under Elizabeth I. Civil war in the 1600s led to the temporary overthrow of the monarchy, later restored with Parliament gaining power. The Industrial Revolution made England a global leader, fueling the rise of the British Empire. The 20th century brought to world wars, the decline of empire, and the formation of a modern welfare state. In recent decades, England has faced political shifts, like Brexit, but it remains a central part of the United Kingdom, with a rich legacy of cultural, political, and scientific influence. You said, give me paragraph for at least 10-minute video, ChatGPT said. Sure. Here's a detailed and engaging long-form paragraph designed to fill approximately 10 minutes of narration. It flows as a single rich narrative for a video script on the history of England, covering major eras with smooth transitions and historical storytelling. The history of England is a rich and fascinating tapestry, stretching back thousands of years and marked by invasion, innovation, monarchy, and revolution. Long before it was called England, the land was home to ancient Celtic tribes who lived in tribal communities, worshipped nature, and constructed mysterious monuments such as Stonehenge. In 43 AD, the Romans invaded, bringing with them roads, cities, and structured governance, leaving behind a legacy that still influences England today. After nearly 4 centuries, Roman rule collapsed, and the island was left vulnerable to new settlers. These Germanic tribes formed kingdoms such as Wessex, Mercia, and Northumberland, laying the early foundations of English culture, language, and identity. By the 8th century, England faced a new wave of invasions, time from the Viking, fierce seafarers from Scandinavia who raided, settled, and eventually integrated into English society. Among the defenders of England was King Alfred the Great, who resisted Viking advances and worked toward unifying the English kingdoms under one rule. In 1066, a momentous shift occurred with the Norman conquest. William the Conqueror, Duke of Normandy, defeated King Harold at the Battle of Hastings and became King of England. The Normans transformed the English aristocracy, built grand stone castles, and introduced feudalism. The Domesday Book, a great land survey ordered by William, is still regarded as one of the most remarkable administrative achievements of medieval Europe. In the centuries that followed, England was rocked by both internal and external conflicts. In 1215, King John was forced to sign the Magna Carta, a document that limited royal power and laid the groundwork for modern democracy. The 100 Years' War with France dominated the 14th and 15th centuries, alongside devastation from the Black Death, which wiped out nearly a third of England's population. Political instability culminated in the Wars of the Roses, a dynastic struggle between the houses of Lancaster and York, ultimately resolved when Henry Tudor defeated Richard III at the Battle of Bosworth in 1485, becoming King Henry VII and beginning the Tudor dynasty. The Tudors ushered in one of England's most famous and transformative periods. Henry VIII is best known for his 6 marriages and for breaking away from the Roman Catholic Church, establishing the Church of England and triggering the English Reformation. His daughter led the country into a golden age of exploration, literature, and naval power. Under her rule, England famously defeated the Spanish Armada in 1588 and witnessed the works of William Shakespeare and other great writers of the Renaissance. After Elizabeth's death in 1603, the throne passed to James I, also King of Scotland, united the crowns of England and Scotland. But tensions between the monarchy and Parliament, these tensions exploded into the English Civil War in 1642. Royalist forces loyal to King Charles I clashed with the parliamentarians, led by Oliver Cromwell. The war ended with the unprecedented execution of the king and the establishment of a short-lived republic. England became a commonwealth under Cromwell's leadership, but after his death, the monarchy was restored in 1660 under Charles II. Yet the balance of power had shifted, and by the time of the Glorious Revolution in 1688, England had become a constitutional monarchy, where Parliament held ultimate authority over the crown. The 18th and 19th centuries were a time of extraordinary change. England led the world into the Industrial Revolution, a period of innovation that transformed agriculture, manufacturing, transportation, and society itself. Inventions such as the spinning jenny and the steam engine revolutionized production, while railways connected cities and fueled urban growth. Life changed dramatically, and England's population soared as people moved from rural farms to crowded city factories. As the economy boomed, England became the center of a global empire. By the time Queen Victoria ascended the throne in 1830, the British Empire had expanded across Asia, Africa, the Americas, and the Pacific. The Victorian era saw advancements in science, medicine, and education, but also exposed deep social inequalities and harsh working conditions. Reform movements gradually brought improvements, including child labor laws and the expansion of voting rights. By the end of the 19th century, England was a modern industrial nation at the heart of the most powerful empire the world had ever seen. The 20th century brought with it unimaginable challenges. England entered World War I in 1914, a devastating conflict that claimed millions of lives and reshaped the map of Europe. The war left the country deeply scarred, and its aftermath brought political and social upheaval. In the 1930s, the world slid into economic depression, and by 1939, England was once again at war this time against Nazi Germany in World War II. The Blitz saw German bombs rain down on English cities, but the nation stood firm under the leadership of Winston Churchill. Victory in 1945 came at great cost, and though triumphant England emerged from the war weakened, the following decade saw the dismantling of the British Empire as colonies around the world gained independence. At home, the post-war years led to the creation of the welfare state, the introduction of the National Health Service, and a new era of social democracy. The 1960s brought cultural revolution music, fashion, and youth movements, made England a global trendsetter. Immigration from former colonies enriched English society, creating a multicultural landscape that continues to evolve. In recent decades, England has continued to grapple with its identity and role in the world. Joining the European Economic Community in 1973 marked a new chapter in European integration, but it remained a point of contention for decades. In 2016, a national referendum resulted in the decision to leave the European Union, Brexit sparking political debates and redefining the country's relationship with Europe and the global economy. Meanwhile, the monarchy remains a central part of English life, even as the royal family has adapted to modern scrutiny and changing public attitudes. Today, England is part of the United Kingdom, alongside Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, and continues to play a key role on the global stage. With its deep history, vibrant culture, and enduring traditions, England stands as a country shaped by its past, yet constantly reinventing itself for the future. From Roman roads and medieval castles to modern skyscrapers and digital innovation, the story of England is one of resilience, transformation, and a legacy that continues to shape the world.